Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to first year business studies online classes. In last class we discussed about the first classification of business activities, that is industry and its classification. Let's move to the next business activity, that is commerce. It is subdivided into, the classification of commerce is subdivided into two categories, that is trade and auxiliaries trade, and next further classification are there. Before that, we need to know what exactly commerce. See, commerce is the conduct of economic activity. It is the conduct of trade among the economic agents. So here generally we can say that commerce means the exchange of goods and services between businesses or entities. Commerce is the exchange of goods and services, means here we can say that it refers to the exchange of goods and services between different businesses, means two or more than two business entities or business enterprises. See here, this commerce is classified into two categories, that is what trade and auxiliaries to trade. Here we know that trade means what? Exchange of goods and exchange of goods. Buying and selling of goods and services is called as trade. Actually, but there are number of activities are involved in facilitating the trading activities. Number of facilities are required here. Say for example, transport, warehousing, communication, banking and finance. There are number of facilities are required to facilitate trading activities and all. See, trade is just what? Exchange of goods and services. It means what? Trade means what? Buying and selling of goods and services. Commerce means what? Exchange of goods and services between business and business enterprises or different entities. That is what commerce. Here trade is a subclassification of commerce. Trade means buying and selling of goods and services. But generally trade involves number of business activities, number of activities which are required to facilitate the trading activities, like transport, warehousing, communication. We can say that banking and financial institutions all require for the smooth flow of trading activities. See, commerce provides the necessary link. Commerce provides the necessary link between producers and consumers. You know that number of producers are producing the similar products, but can every producer can meet, or can face-to-face communication is possible with the number of customers? It is not possible. So producers need some different facilities which is provided by the auxiliaries to trade to meet the consumers. So this commerce provides a link between producers and consumers. It helps those activities, means commerce holds all those activities which are necessary for maintaining, or we can say that for the maintaining of free flow of business activities, free flow of goods and services. So for the smooth flow, free flow of goods and services, this commerce holds all the activities which are necessary for the smooth flow of goods and services. So commerce includes all those activities which are required for the removal of hindrances. Hindrances means some obstacles, or hindrances means we can say that some of the problems while exchanging the goods and services. See, at the time of exchanging the goods and services, or at the time of transporting goods from one place to another, some of the hindrances or obstacles are arising. So this commerce activities help to remove those hindrances. It may be removal of hindrances of person or place or time or risk, or we can say that finance. So commerce helps to remove the hindrances of persons, it helps to remove the hindrances of place, it helps to remove the hindrances of time, it helps to remove the hindrances of risk, finance, etc. So commerce is very important. So commerce activities are very important to remove the hindrances, different obstacles. At the time, these obstacles may give a big problem to the organization, especially while exchanging the goods and services. So here commerce remove the hindrances. The hindrances of person can be possible. How the hindrances of person can be possible? Thereby hindrances of person can be possible by trade, thereby making the goods available to the consumers. The trade means what? Buying and selling of goods and services. Different places, in different places, productions are taken up by the entrepreneurs, so they can meet the ultimate consumer through the process of trading activities. It may trading activity, that is what, buying and selling. So hindrances of place can be removed by trade, thereby making the goods available to the consumers from the producers. Same way, transport facilities may remove the hindrances of time. Say hindrances of place, here hindrances of person can be removed by trade, hindrances of person can be removed by trade, hindrances of place can be removed by transport, where transport helps to the organization for the movement of goods from one place to another, from the production place to the consumer market. So hindrances of place can be removed by transport. So storage and warehousing facilities remove the hindrances of time. Hindrances of time, where by this warehousing facilitating holding of stock, the organizations can store the resources, means can store the unsold product in a systematic manner, and they can utilize such unsold product as and when required. That is what hindrances of time can be removed by storage and warehousing facilities. And same way, goods are goods held in stock, or else goods in course of transport, maybe transport are under risk. Sometimes it may be theft, fire, accident, or whatever it may be. The number of risks are there for those products. So business organization need to protect their goods. So then insurance companies can protect the cargoes or goods which is produced by the manufacturer if the organization buys insurance. Okay, so advertisement is also one of the auxiliaries to trade. These auxiliaries to trade help the organization by removing the hindrance of, producers need to give publicity about their product. We are producing such product, and about their product details and all, about price, quality, and about the uses of that product. So this can be possible by advertising agencies, by advertising companies. So this through the auxiliaries to trade, business can perform its function in a well systematic manner. So, and the same way, capital is required. Why the business organization required capital, required funds? We know that to run the business activities, each and every organization require capital, correct, right? Required funds. Through that, they can perform the different functions, different activities of the management. So capital is provided by whom? Banking and financial institutions. Number of financial institutions can lend loan to the business organization. The banking institutions provide loan facilities, remittance facilities, overdraft facilities to the producers, so that producers can perform their function in a smooth manner, in a smooth way. So different functions, different auxiliaries to trade help the business organization in removing the hindrances, especially in case of exchanging the goods and services. So commerce involved various activities to remove the hindrances or obstacles of person, place, time, risk, finance, and even it helps to communication. Remove the hindrance of communication. We need to communicate, means producers need to communicate with the number of interested users. So this auxiliaries to trade facilitate such activities, and it helps the organization, especially commerce helps. Commerce brings all, holds all the activities which are necessary or very important in removing the hindrances of different factors. Getting my point? So the next, the classification, first classification is what? Trade. Now we know the meaning of trade. Trade means what? Buying and selling of goods and services. Trade means buying and selling of goods and services. Buying and selling goods and services. We need to see in the modern society, each and every organization, especially large organizations, are producing the products in a larger quantity. Is it possible to communicate each and every individual by the producers or by the manufacturer? It is not possible to meet the each and every consumers in the society. So for that reason, some business entrepreneurs or business enterprises started the trading activities. Their main function is buying from the producers and selling it to the final consumer. That is what? Trade. That is trade. Here we can say that trading, the business person to make the goods, so this business person, so many business persons help to meet the consumers, means to make the goods available to the consumer through trading system. Through the trade, producers can satisfy or producers can fulfill the needs and wants of the consumers. That is about trade. So trade can be further divided into two types, that is internal trade and external trade. Internal trade, it is also called as domestic trade or home trade. Internal trade is also called as domestic trade or home trade. Here buying and buying of goods and services. Here we can say that internal trade, it is concerned with the buying and selling of goods and services within the geographical boundaries of a country. Within the geographical boundaries of a country, that is called as internal trade. Say for example, within the boundaries of India, within the boundaries, that if the trading activities are going on, then that type of business is called as internal trade. Here internal trade is subdivided into two types of trade. One is wholesale trade, another one is retail trade. Very simple, wholesale trade. Wholesale trade means here wholesaler buys goods from producers in a larger quantities. In a larger quantities. Why they buy the goods in a larger quantities? For the purpose of resale. Say these wholesalers buys goods from the producer directly from the manufacturer, and later they sell the same goods to the retailer in a smaller quantities. So wholesaler means what? Buying of goods and services, especially buying of goods in a larger quantities. With the intention, why they will purchase the goods in a larger quantities? For the purpose of, here the wholesaler sells the goods to the retailer in a smaller quantities as per their requirement. As per their requirement, some fixed charges they will receive, fixed percentage of profit they will receive for their service. After that they purchase from the manufacturer at the wholesale rate, and then they will supply the products to the retailers. That is about wholesale trade. Wholesale trade means what? Buying and selling. Say for example, they buy the goods from the producer in larger quantities. Here retailer, and the next one is what? Retail trade. Retail trade means what? Buying of goods in a comparatively smaller quantities, and their main function is what? They distribute the goods. Later they sell the goods to the final consumers at a fixed percentage of profit. That is about retail trade. Wholesale traders buys larger quantities of product. Here retail traders buys comparatively smaller quantities from the wholesaler or from the manufacturers. Okay, so that is about retail trade. And next come to external trade. External trade means what? Exchanging of goods and services. Exchanging of goods and services between the business, between persons or organizations which are operating in two or more countries. Two or more countries, that is external trade. Outside the geographical boundaries of a country, it is called as what? External trade. Here external trade classified into three categories. One is import trade, export trade, interport trade. Import, export and interport. Here import means what? Purchasing of goods from one country. Purchasing of goods from another country, it is called as import. Say for example, we importing any automobile parts or any other petrol, diesel, these are comes under import of our country, import products of our country. That is import. Import means purchasing of goods from another country. Export means what? Selling of goods to other countries, called as export. We are exporting some agriculture products or any other type of products. It is what? Export. Selling of goods to other countries, called as export. What is interport trade? Here interport trade means what? Importing from one country for the purpose of re-export to some other countries with the intention to earn some kind of profit. Say for example, here India, say for example, Indian company purchasing any goods, purchasing the rubber from Thailand for the intention to re-export that rubber to the Nepal. That is what example for interport trade. Here interport trade means what? Here purchasing, importing, especially it is called as importing particular goods from one country for the re-export purpose or for export purpose. If we are buying if we are importing any product for the purpose of exporting, then it is called as interport trade. Here when goods are imported for the purpose of re-export, then it is called as interport. I told that rubber is purchased from Indian company, usually purchase rubber from Thailand and it supply the same, means export the same product to Nepal with some extra profit. That is about what? External trade. External trade. Here trade means what? Trade is classified into two classification, internal and external, and again internal trade is classified into wholesale trade and retail trade. External trade is again classified into three types. One is import, export and interport. Take on the assignment question for this class. What is internal trade? Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.